Hey everybody, today we are going to make an alcohol ink tile and we're going to create a flower on this white ceramic tile. So you need your blending solution, which is isopropyl alcohol mixed with glycerin, and it thins out the ink. I've got yellow, sunshine yellow alcohol ink. I'm using some botanical green. I'm using some red, it's called Poppy Field, and then finally I have some indigo. But you can use whatever color you like. The first thing you need to do is you need to do your background. So I have a cotton ball and the blending solution and the inks. So I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow on there, a little blending solution, because that helps it to move around and it thins it out a little bit and it keeps it wet. And you just kind of cover the whole surface, and then you need to stop, because if you keep going around and around with your cotton ball, it's going to create streaks. So I did that for just a few seconds and it dried really nicely. It really does. It has a few streaks. If you do have a few streaks, you can just go right back on top of there, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to count to like 4, but you have to re-wet it. So I'm going to put a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blending solution, go over the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let it dry. And it kind of moves as it dries. It gets it's pretty smooth. But we are going to cover that with a flower. So keep that in mind. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of the green and the blending solution. And now we have our canned air, which you can get any kind of canned air. It's just duster for your computer. You can also use an air compressor. And do not shake the bottle, because then it makes little bubbles. So I want to add a few little leaves first. So I'm not going to use any blending solution right now. I'm just going to go on kind of the outside edge, spray it out, and just kind of make some abstract looking leaves. Alright, looks just fine. Put my green aside. Got a little dot there, that doesn't bother me. I like it. Now I'm going to take some red, and I'll have the blending solution available if I need it. So, take the red. Pretty cool. And you do it fast because, again, it dries very fast. Just keep on turning. Keep on turning it. And maybe one more. I'll put one more right there. Went right over that green spot I had. Okay, now I am going to put some of this indigo, which is a real thick ink. And I'm going to probably use some of the blending solution because this goes on so thick. So here we go. Put it right there on top. You may like it like that, or you add a drop of your blending solution, and that kind of thins it out just a little bit. You can do that at the same time if you like. A little bit of that, a little bit of that. Okay. A little of this, a little of that. I like to have some of the red showing through. Indigo blending solution. And I think I want to have one more going out that way. Just going to kind of... And I kind of moved my blending solution out. I like that. Add a little bit more. I think that's getting pretty dark, so I'm going to just go straight blending solution. See what it looks like. It's really starting to cover up the red, but it's becoming a very dark, beautiful piece. You still got a little bit of green underneath though, and I like that. I'll try not to cover it. I like that middle that I have going on there. So every flower you do is going to come out different. I do like that light in the middle of it. Pretty nice. The Candair does get really cold when you keep blowing it. That's why I got myself an air compressor. So this looks pretty. And if you like, you can add more colors, or you can, one thing that people like to do sometimes is they'll take a Sharpie and go into the center of it and make little dots. Make sure your Sharpie's not all dried out. Just kind of make little circles. Another thing you can do is you can take your dark blue or indigo, take a paintbrush, put some in your little tray, and add the dark blue into the center right there. Since you have really white, the dark blue looks beautiful. And you can take pure black and do that, but my Sharpie was pretty dried out, so that didn't work out very well. Now the next thing you can do, which is really makes it look beautiful, I think, is to take your Posca pen. The Posca pen is got an oil-based paint in it, and this is white, as you can see, white top, and this is yellow. So it's not going to blend in with the inks, so it'll just go right on top of it. So I'm just going to blow this and make sure that this middle is dry, and then I'm going to dot into the center with the Posca with some white and with some yellow. Blow that a little. Shake this. Not sure if you've used a Posca pen before, but you have to shake it and then you have to pump it. So then I'll pump it, make sure the paint is activated, and then you just put little dots again, just like the center of a flower with little seeds. And I think that looks real pretty. And if you have another light color, yellow is very beautiful on a purplish blue. There you go. A beautiful little abstract flower. Hope you liked it. Oh, one thing, the next day, 24 hours later, you can seal it with a clear Kmart Krylon varnish. And you can get that online at Amazon. And you can seal it. You seal it from about 12 inches away. Spray it outside because the fumes are very toxic. And then about 30 minutes later, give it another spray. And I give mine 3 or 4 coats at least. So that seals it really nicely. And then if you want, you can add resin to it. And that makes it real shiny and beautiful. And then you can't scratch it up or anything. So resin is a beautiful thing to add to the tile. So I hope you subscribe to my channel and like this video and comment below if you have questions. Thanks.